What's good, everybody? This is the NBA draft class. Another update. We got Olivier Hanlan from Boston College. He's a guard, 6'4", 186 pounds. Measures 6'4" and a quarter, but round that down to 6'4". Wingspan's only 6'6.5". At the combine, weighed in, like I said, at 186 pounds. He's 22 years old, just turned 22 in February. Big time scorer all of his time there at Boston College. Actually, was some talk about him coming out last year, but ended up waiting until this year coming out. I don't know that he didn't really help his stock much, to be honest. But he did show a little bit of ability to be able to run a team, which is something that would be nice for him to be able to do. But I do think ultimately he's a scoring guard. In 2014-15 season, he averaged 19.5 points a game, shot 45% from the field, made 35% of his threes, 76% of his free throws, 4.2 rebounds, 4.2 assists, 1.3 steals. So, and only 2.7 turnovers. So this is certainly not a bad deal for him in regards to statistically. And he played in a legitimate conference, playing at BC. So this guy can score. He's the kind of guy who could possibly be I kind of see him almost like a Gennaro Pargo type of a player, coming off the bench, maybe able to give his team some instant offense. I don't see him as somebody that's turning into much of a star or that sorts, but I do think that he has the ability to put the ball in the basket in bunches at times. So it's going to be an interesting prospect. His stats are fairly impressive. So he got some decent ratings from me, but I didn't do too much in regards to things like the potential, because I don't see a great deal of it in terms of becoming a star. So but I do think it's kind of, he's one of those guys that's going to be kind of up to him. Is he going to want to stay in the NBA as probably a bench player? Or is he going to want to try to go overseas where he can play a much bigger role, which I'm almost positive he can go overseas and be a big-time scorer? So he's the type of player who could elect to do that, especially if he does, say, go undrafted, which I think is a possibility. And if that happens, we'll see what goes on from there. But Olivier Hanlan, I actually was really paying attention to him last year because I thought it was a good chance he might be in the draft last year, but he ended up kind of surprising me going back to school. And he had a good year, but he probably would have loved to move into the first round, but that didn't happen. So as of right now, he's pretty much a second round pick, or somebody that's going to have to try to make a team as an undrafted free agent. He's not a super explosive athlete, which of course hurts him because he's just 6'4", and so that's the deal there. Let's take a look. The attributes, I gave him a 65. I got him at 21. He should be. He's not 20. He wouldn't be 22 yet according to the draft class. But if you go through an entire season, and by that time he should be 22. So here are the stats. The three-point baskets are pretty decent. He does do a lot off the dribble, which is why his moving shot three is the highest of the three-point ratings. Got some decent ratings for passing vision because his assist-to-turnover ratio is it's almost 2.2. It's almost 2 to 1, which is not great, but okay. So let's see. So that right there would tell you that he's probably more of a two guard than a point guard. But if he's playing in the backcourt with a shooting guard who can handle the ball and create, or playing for a team like Cleveland where you got a small forward that handles the ball like a point guard, we'll see. But I gave him 12 badges: acrobat, teardropper, shot creator, volume shooter, dead eye, microwave, the pick and roll maestro. I think I got to take the pick and roll maestro off. That's not accurate. Killer crossover, transition finisher. Got to take this alpha. I don't know if now that I'm looking at this, I'm thinking I didn't adjust his badges. Got to adjust the badges. Yeah, we didn't adjust the badges because he's got some that he shouldn't have. Alpha dog he shouldn't have. Prime time he shouldn't have. I understand college, but haven't seen enough to say he's going to keep that in the draft class. And let's see. Laid back. I don't even see that. The microwave, definitely. The volume shooter, definitely. The dead eye, yeah, we can roll with that. Shot creator, yeah, but I would take it down to bronze. And the acrobat, yeah, he does go to the basket finish pretty well with some creative types of finishes, layups. Teardropper, yeah, I'll let him stay with that, because I mean 19.5 points a game he can score, it's clear. The killer crossover, I definitely like his off the dribble game, even though he's not an explosive athlete with great speed. And the pick and roll maestro, no, we can't have that. And that is probably a more accurate look. Transition finisher, I'm not even going to keep that. So there's where he should be in regards to badges, which is 7, which is still decent. But, you know, we're talking about a guy I'm projecting to be a second-round pick or a undrafted free agent. So that's Olivier Hanlan, y'all. Stay tuned for the next guys. Like we said, we're churning them out as fast as we can. The goal, of course, is to have this done by, by the time that the real draft rolls around. So I think I'm looking pretty good to do that. So appreciate y'all watching. God bless. Peace.